Listen. Yeah. Yes, God. Oh. Get that out of there. Hey everybody, it's your boy Matty Rants. Thank you so much for tuning in today. It is Drag Race España Roll Chair, Episode 5. This is Snatch Game. We're going to talk about all of this today. To be honest with you, we're going to lightly talk about this today because, baby, it's Snatch Game. This one is very referential. I can only give so much based off of reactions, as well as me receiving the jokes, the cadences, the facial expressions, those who were in character, and me trusting the judges' opinions on what they had to say. Even though I don't agree with the decision that was made this week, personally, I feel like Ornella is getting played, and I'm getting tired of it. I was like, oh my God, this was clearly a win for them this week, and that didn't happen. Also, Paquita is coming out of their shell, I should say, and there's a lot to say, honestly. I was like, now where is all this coming from? I guess you are the one with the two of the faces. Honk, honk. I don't know. We're going to get into that today. Let me take a look over here. So it looks like my Drag Race España reaction is finished uploading. As soon as this video is over with, I'll go ahead and post it to Patreon, following the same rules as before, with hitting the link and then posting it. So let me get my social medias out the way, and then let's get this started. I'll briefly talk about what's going on with me at the beginning and the end of this video. A lot. I'm already seeing I'm gonna have to call maintenance because it's getting really hot and this AC is not pumping like I needed to today. So trust me, child. The summertime is here. It's at MattyRants everywhere except for Twitter, which is at the MattyRants. You can find that all in the description down below. It's a Linktree link. Just click on it. It'll take you to all my social media spaces like Instagram and Twitter. I also do reactions on Patrons for as low as $1 a month. $1 a month. Please join my Patreon. It's a hoot. I have over 300 videos that you can consume. I'm also going to be watching Yellow Jackets today because I'm behind on that episode. So I'll have that posted this evening for y'all. But España for this episode will be posted after this rant and review. I also am bookable on Cameo. Now, because I am going to have opinions today that not everybody's going to agree with, and some people take things personally and they go to another level that is unnecessary and not needed, like as if, oh, you're mean and all this kind of stuff. Grow up, become adults, understand. This is a commentary channel. This is a critique channel. I rant and I review. I've been doing it for 6 years now. We don't change the pace just because you're in your feelings. So here you go. Disclaimer, this program is for entertainment purposes only, and content is not intended to blind any religion, race, company, individual, or wigs. All opinions expressed by MattyRants and program participants are their personal views and do not reflect the opinions of every human being on the planet. No hate should be sent to any of the shows or individuals mentioned on this program, so please don't be a jerk. And if you feel uncomfortable after viewing this program, please consume some Activia and have yourself a good hoot. Let's see here. Appreciate y'all for tuning in today. If you want to drop a tip in my jar, it is paypal.me/MattyRants, Cash App $MattyRants, and Venmo Matty-Rants. Thank y'all so much for being here. Let's go ahead and get this started. I'm really not playing nothing with y'all today, or anybody for that matter. Like, I do have a lot on my channel in the plate, and I am a little burnt. And you can do the, Matt, you can take a break. That's a lie. Because I already have people already going, where is this and where is that in my comment section? And I'm like, okay, let me hop on this, but let me give you a schedule so I'm not going to lose my grip on reality. I have way more going on than just YouTube, okay? I have a lot going on in my background. I'm trying to get some cat friends up in here. I'm also back and forth with going to the dentist and my doctor. I'm trying to make sure I'm healthy and good to go. So please give me a moment to get everything posted and updated. I appreciate every single one of you, but Lord. All right. Congratulations, wild card. Proud of you, baby. Congratulations. Let's go ahead and get this started today with Drag Race España Season 3, Episode 5 for Snatch Game. Okay. Again, I'm going to roll through this like Kelly Roller through this, all right? Like Kelly Roller out of the competition through this, okay? We're even skipping the mirror, but Kelly Roller is gone and a couple people are sad. Moving around, this is where we're at. It's top 9. Glad to see all these babies up into this room. Now, we have a reading challenge for a mini challenge, which honestly, Vanya Vania is not feeling their best. throughout most of this episode, and they feel like, they don't know what they're doing. They have all this experience and all this kind of jazz, maybe not being received by the judges, not feeling well about themselves, having a mental health day. And, of course, a lot of people feel that because they believe in Vanya, but Vanya right now is not believing in herself. The mini reading challenge was adorable. So some people, in my opinion, it was more so like, what's the word I'm going for here? Nobody wanted to be too mean. And some people who were trying to read, it just didn't really translate well. It wasn't really funny. I did like Paquita's reads. I enjoyed some of Bestia's. No, I did. I mean, it was nice. I honestly, throughout this episode, I'm watching it and I'm enjoying it, but I'm also like, okay, what's happening here? What's going on? What's taking place? What is the word? What's going on? Right? Because I'm looking at Vanya, and I thought at one moment she was about to quit the competition. I was like, what? I thought to myself, oh my God, is she about to quit? I got nervous. I know this feeling, and I know the anxiety and the full-on inner saboteur that can completely just consume you and take you down a bit. I totally feel for this. When she said, "Can I just walk away?" I thought right then and there it was like, you're fine to quit. And I got nervous. Baby girl had walked away from the competition and said, "Oh, we're taking this time." Mind you, Supreme and apparently Vanya have also worked together in the past, which again, I'm not from Spain, so I'm just learning these things as I'm watching the show. I always give a shout out to Marta Mama for having the references fully available. If you check my description, her video for this episode is linked in. So shout out to Marta Mama. Thank you so much for giving me a shout out again in your video today. But seriously, I thought, oh, wow, we're about to be down to 8. What an interesting Snatch Game this is about to be. I got a little nervous. Okay, so luckily Vanya pulls it together and is able to, take a moment to cry. Sometimes we just have to release some inner feelings and some anxiety. Proud of you, Vanya, because I was like, bitch, like, I like you, okay? It ain't been a home run every day, but that don't mean that you're not, worth the time and the effort. You never know. Your next stride could come in. But Paquita wins the mini reading challenge, and I was like, okay. Work. That's one win. I'm like, shit. I can't. Oh, this judging this season has been driving me. Y'all, that was the quickest transition to Snatch Game I've ever seen in my life, and I quite enjoyed that. I did consume. I was very appreciative of the fact that went so fast. I was like, yes, let's just get there. I don't need any explanations of anything. I'll go to Marta Mama's page and get all of those things. Okay, so let's talk about Snatch Game in general. Personally, I thought this was funny, even with me reading the translation that was happening on the screen, the subtitles, if you will. I thought there were certain folks that were killing it and doing very, very good at Snatch Game. Others, I was like, oh, I'm just saying, like, aren't we all doing that wild card? Because there were a few moments where Paquita could have possibly won something. And then there are other moments when Ornella should have been up for judging when it came to like high position, but they gave her the safe run, including last week. Well, I was very confused by that. But I said, okay, this is an interesting competition. It's like very interesting. Interesting. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. Please hit that like button if you will. It's your boy, Matty Rants. We're talking about Drag Race España Season 3, Episode 5. It's Snatch Game. Now, I know maybe some of y'all don't know all of the references here. I know a few. Now, I know that face anywhere. I think we all remember this mug. It's impeccable. But Poopy Poison showed up as one of the other contestants for the Snatch Game, the folks that answer the, to the questions from Supreme, and we see if our panel can actually get their guesses. But she was doing Karina, and it was Pupina. And when I tell you, this was so funny. like Karina would start it up and then Poopy would catch on. It's like, okay, I know this routine. I know where we're going with this. Like Poopy was honestly one of the best people for Snatch Game this week. And they weren't even in the running. Whew. Thank y'all. Give me a moment here. I am not 100% all the way right now. That trip to LA honestly took a lot out of me. That's why I'm taking tomorrow off as well and combining reviews for Bad Boys. So please excuse me if you see me dip off camera here, because I'm not fully back to 100% after my trip, because I feel like that red eye took a lot out of me. I don't think I'm ever going to fly at midnight to 6 a.m. ever again. Like I'm still catching up on sleep. I feel so drained still. Okay, let's continue on. Thanks so much for tuning in. Let's go. All right. So, boom. We got all these people for Snatch Game, right? I'm going to go over the references the best that I can from my American self. So if you're mad about that, that's not my problem. Take that up with Jesus. Other than that, I know some of y'all in my comment section, like Albert here, thank you so much. Giving some of these references in the live chat. If y'all read it there directly, it'd be very helpful. But, again, I am currently paying my respects. I love Drag Race España and other franchises. I just know I'm going to have to go and get something to eat tonight, because I will not be using my oven if this AC is giving me the blues still. It feels cool in here, though. That's the thing. It doesn't feel hot. I'm like, what's going on? Okay, listen. I'm going to have to put that order in tomorrow. I'm going to have to put this order in tomorrow. Okay. Let's talk about the Macarena first, because in reality, I'm just going to be honest with you. It's really these three who were doing the Lord's work, and Visa for, I would like to say, honorary mention. Personally, I think their runway was my favorite of the night. But listen, Paca de Porana, listen. I know La Veneno. I saw it on HBO Max. It's one of the best shows I've ever seen in my life. It was life-changing. If you haven't seen it yet, it is a must-watch. Please, for the love of God, do not, I repeat, do not, please, do not watch it with the English dub. It is a waste of your time. It will not be the same experience. It is not dubbed well at all, in my opinion. If you're going to watch it authentically. I challenge y'all for this and everything that you do. One of my favorite things about watching independent or foreign films is I don't want to watch it with a dub. It is weird and it's unnecessary, and I'm confused through the majority, if not all of it, okay? It's like, why do they sound like that? The words ain't matching. I can't do that. So I'm asking, like, please. Please watch it the correct, in my opinion. Well, see, Laura, that's where Ornella and Vanya will come in, because I'm not completely familiar with those characters at all. But I found it to be hilarious how they were doing Snatch Game. I actually would have honestly been I wanted a double win today. I'm not even lying. I wanted a double win today, a la season 7 of American Drag Race with Kennedy Davenport and Ginger Minj. I wanted a double win today because I felt like two people in particular were cutting the fuck off. They were cutting up, and they were holding my Snatch Game together for me. I didn't even know these people, but I could associate them to folks that we know out here. It felt like Donald Trump and Stormy Daniels. I'll get there in a second. But let's talk about how the Macarena took a person who I was waiting to hear the voice when she comes in and she talks to Vanina. Oh my goodness. I was waiting for some of the mannerisms that Paca has, and it wasn't happening. And I was like, okay, bitch, like, what's going on? Like, of all the people you're choosing to play, it's actually somebody that I think even the Americans are going to get. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know about this. You know what I'm talking about? So I'm listening. It took me a while to realize who she was because I just thought she was a secretary for a second. And then when I looked at the name and I was like, oh shit. Oh, this is bad. Because I'm like, I didn't get it at all. I really didn't. I didn't know until someone had to tell me. I was like, no, that's Bronco. I was like, oh, that's who she's supposed to be. Oh, okay. That's not her, but okay, pop up. No, I wasn't feeling it. I was like, oh, poor girl. Like, you choose somebody that everybody know, and the Javis made the show, and you know how they've been this season, just nasty. Yeah, I was like, it's. Mm-mm. Okay, so this one was interesting with La Urbas. For YouTube purposes, that is not a narcotic. Calm down. Okay, this is Snatch Game. I don't want to hear YouTube giving me the business with this. This is literally Snatch Game. She's impersonating somebody. Okay, so her character is a TV. It's a character from a TV show. Who's like this middle-aged woman who's like obsessed with like natural medicine and healing and all that kind of stuff. And so she was supposed to be basically playing that person and translating it over to Snatch Game. But for me, I felt like watching Bestia was a little tough because whether or not the enunciation, the diction was working, because honestly, that didn't really ride on my boat. You know what I'm saying? It was me watching her kind of fade into her own joke. Like, she'd start out the joke and then realize that it's not as funny as she thought it was. And then she would stop and be like, okay, let me just put a whole lot of stuff out here. I was like, she kept putting things up. And I'm like, okay, all these props, baby, it's not, the props weren't doing it. You were robbed, Ornella Gongola. You were robbed. And I hate using that term with Drag Race because it's such a toxic term that is used for people that don't deserve it a lot of the times. But I got to tell you something. I am 5 episodes in and I'm waiting on my win and I'm getting a little upset. I'm sorry. It should have been her and Vanya for a double win. Please. Listen, the former king still alive, a womanizer, kind of corrupt, fun-loving, and for some charmingly stupid, a little bit like our own Donald Trump, even with the same cultish fans. I believe it. And honestly, no, like, let's talk about it. It was played so well that I got lost in Ornella as the person. Like, they were so, it wasn't over the top. It was so subtly the person who they were supposed to be. I could tell who they were. I just associated with Donald Trump in my own way, except not as like orange and this, that, and the other. And I'm just sitting here watching her literally make faces during everybody's performances. Like, you're still acting in character, to which Supreme would then bounce a question over to them. And I'm like, are you serious? Like, all that kind of stuff. And then what makes this funny is because in America, we have Donald Trump and Stormy Daniels. So when I'm looking at Vanya's character, and this is supposed to be what, Barbara Ray, is that right? Yes. It's a Stormy Daniels. Now, a different texture, but it's a Stormy Daniels, right? It's not deep and wide like that face, but it's the same context of that person who he needed to pay off in reference for the lawsuit that then happened. But then all of a sudden it was like, where'd this go? Why are we no longer talking about this anymore? It was such a huge, very much that. And I think these two, Vanya and Ornella, played off of each other. And even when it was just them by themselves, it was so good. Like, Vanya was in character the whole time. Everything was right. Even the exchange of money I thought was so fucking funny. So funny. Apparently, yeah, she was a model, actress, presenter, but she was also one of the mistresses that apparently was with this guy, Juan Carlos. And apparently, got paid off for the whole bit or whatever. Wow. Oh, Albert, juicy. At least they weren't caught doing it like it happened with the last side piece, which cost him the crown. Jesus, have mercy. Escandalo. Okay, very that. But I feel a little funny, especially after the runway. I was like, we're not gonna give a double win. And no shade to Pink Chidorah. I thought their character was good. It was really well done with the Lola Flores. Like, I even looked up some videos on this to like really get into it. And I was like, okay, very, very on point. Like, did a whole lot of quotes, very on key. Everything was right. The three of them alone could have gotten a win. Like, since we're doing group wins and shit. It was like, oh, come on, come on. Like, I don't know. I thought Pink Chidorah was good. I enjoyed how she played this character. I'm glad that she was able to command every scene that she was in, including the ones when people had messed up and she's out speaking and all of, all this. I just don't understand. I was like, what's happening here? I don't know what that means, KG, so that's lost on me. On to Paquita with listen, I understand that she was going for Peppa Pig and she was trying to turn it into this, the sexy Peppa Pig or whatever this was supposed to be. I kind of wish she just did Miss Piggy, if we're just gonna go there, and then make Miss Piggy like a complete stupid spoiled whore video play set moment. But like, should have done Miss Piggy. Would have made more sense. Because I was over here like, and so what is this? That was me the whole time. And so what is this? So what is this? I have no other words for it. Just what is that? Oh, goodness gracious. Clover Beach. I love saying it like that. Clover Beach. Is it Mate Gaudirano? So I probably have that all wrong. Forgive me. A reality TV star, Big Brother proportions, considered to be very nasty and vulgar. As Marta said on the lines of Jersey Shore, I kind of believe it in a sense. For me, this all missed, but I know people who found this funny too, and I saw a lot of people talking good about it, so I'm going to believe them. I personally wasn't cackling at all, but a safe performance for sure. For sure. I don't know. This is how bad this review is going to take kids, okay? If you don't know, shut up. I can do what I want. Listen, continuing on. Petita, you are lucky. Because I didn't think this was funny at all. I was like, what are we doing here? Sarah Montiel, a famous Spanish singer, actress, old Hollywood style. The Marlon Brando story apparently was a true story she used to tell all the time, or somewhat the story she used to tell. I don't know if it's true or not. I'm not quite sure. She looks interesting. That's what I got from her performance. She looked interesting. Interesting. That's all I got. It was interesting. Okay, I know who Paulina Rubio is. I'm old enough to know who that is. No shade to Paulina, but like I'm old enough to know who this is because I've heard her music before in the past, many moons ago. No shade to Paulina Rubio. And it's also because people used to compare her to Shakira, which I thought that joke from Pink Chidorah was funny because that was something in America that used to happen like often in articles of like mistaking people with Paulina and Shakira for some odd reason. So I did get that. And I enjoyed that this was the IG lives that were done because I actually got video. Like I had a friend of mine who used to send shit like this to me all the time. Like, what the hell is this? I was like, what is she going through? But I remember her music. I do. But I thought Visa did a pretty good job. I was like, okay, work. I remember her from before COVID days and all that kind of stuff. So that Shakira joke landed with me. I was like, oh, like, oh, that is funny because a lot of people did that. Snatch Game was pretty good. I think it was very Ooh, okay. For me, I felt four people held it down the hardest, which is Ornella, Vanya, Pink, and Visa for sure. Those four were so good. It made up for the five. I don't think Clover was bad, but I was like, eh. Paquita, I didn't really care about. I thought that Bestia, Macarena, and Paquita were just not so much. Not so much. But the other half was so good. It was very enjoyable. So I loved it. It wasn't like two or three people. It was like, okay, we have a majority of folks. I was wondering when the shade was going to start, and I'm kind of happy that, the older gals can hold it together. I'm on Pink Chidorah's side here, but I'm also trying to figure out what the fuck Paquita is going through. As Ornella starts the conversation off, everyone's having, a moment here and there. And Pink wants to ask, okay, excuse you. I want to know about this two-faced comment, Ornella, because we all know who you really meant to say. And that's Paquita, who was like, what are you talking about? And of course, Pink challenges that ass and it's like, but bitch, you have said some stuff and you've spoken and you've said this here in my face. But then when you get behind my back, this, that, and the other, and all these other things. And of course, Paquita like plays it off like, oh, it's nothing. That's not really that deep. Da, da, da. There's a little bit of a hug it out, kiss moment, whatever. I said, oh, we're not done. And I forget who was the person who said it at this moment in the confessional. Like, I'm not sure if this is really a truth or not, but da 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 da. And I said, oh no, this isn't over because we don't see them at the house. One, because they have a drag house they stay at. Two, whatever is off camera, we're not getting. In three, it's been kind in the workroom. It's been a light shade. Everyone's annoyed with Macarena a bit, but nothing to the deep extent of, I don't like that bitch, I don't see her. I have been waiting for the, I don't like that bitch, I don't see her. And I'm here for it. I said something. Paquita, I'm going to get you, girl. And listen, I love your drag and I've been enjoying you this season, but you in Untucked, oh no, ma'am, I wasn't here for it. I was like, wow. No, it was somebody. Was it Clover at the beginning or was it somebody else I think it was Clover at the beginning. And then when she sat back there with her, it was like, ooh, see, now here we go. And that's what happened to me. I'm sitting here watching this and I'm like, oh shit. This is what they were talking about. And she did it on camera. It feels like everything was off camera before. Now it's on camera. And it was so weird. Oh, I hate how she just was fake to them in the back. Anywho, let's talk about this moment between Ornella, Bestia, Visa, and Vanya in reference to the runway last week, which I'm happy that this was discussed because I was wondering if they were going to give everyone their moment about their fears that they've had from the runway. Some people like Visa had a very good storyline last week, which I was happy to hear about because honestly, hearing more about Visa makes me fall in love with them more. Just like with the show, we want them to be on as long as possible so we can learn more, right? So when we get to Ornella, we all understood that the reference was to them being positive last week and how they are undetectable and how silence equals murder because of the stigma that surrounds HIV, AIDS, etc. Right? So we today are now having this conversation with Ornella, who's being open about it. And I do agree with Marta with this statement about being brave and how, with Ornella's interpretation of it's like, I'm not being brave. I'm just being, I'm just opening up and just speaking my truth and being myself. And it can be seen as brave to a lot of people, especially in places that the stigma is very much alive and well. I mean, the stigma is very much alive and well. Go through all your dating apps, go through all of that kind of stuff. You'll see that, especially within the LGBTQIA plus community. So heavy stigma still around about it. We've gotten a lot better, but there are a lot of people who even work in that field who still have that same stigma that carry this. Anyways, I support Ornella and I support anybody in reference to this, like, please know your health, get tested. Life is so important. Like, so again, these are these lovely moments I see with Drag Race where they actually give us a story and it doesn't feel like a producer prompted this moment and just, queens who've become friends / family talking about their own moments from the show. I love it when it feels authentic. It can really drive me when it's like, okay, where did this conversation come from? Why are we just not talking about this today? All right, let's go through the judges here. It is loud, it is colorful, and for the first time in a long time, not in a long time, but this season, the tall versus bottom hobby is giving me everything I need and then some. I live and breathe for this outfit. I love the orange boots, pants, the black top over it, the look, shirt, the necklace, the full bit. I live for this look. Anna Locking can do no wrong in my eyes. I don't care. I do love what Supreme is giving with this. This is so loud. I live. Now, Short Hav, I don't know what's going on. You have been given Demir lately. Very, very much corner of the club tease. I don't know what's going on. It's been given Zara all season. Very handsome. But Jesus Christ, like, it's been a lot of Zara. It's been a lot of it. Like, what's going on? It feels like he's about to go to the club, take a pill, and then like say some sort of slur before being kicked out because I always come to this bar. I always come here. I always tip. I'm kidding. I do love the guest judge. I love the guest judge down. I was not able to get the pronunciation of her name correctly, and I didn't want to be disrespectful, but she is a drag queen, cisgender woman. I love how Marta explains that people try to paint her off into one subject so they don't give her that drag title, but she is a drag queen, and I want to give her that title too because I enjoyed her spirit and energy this episode, and I enjoyed how she was fascinated with things versus judging things like certain other folks in the panel have been. More so recognizing where someone is coming from and saying, I live for that because she's doing her culture. That means a lot to her. So respect. That's the kind of shit I live for. And I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Hold on. Let me see something here, y'all. Ooh. Okay. Yes. Okay, I am gonna have to put in that work order tonight. Is it just hot outside? I'm thinking like it just may be hot outside. I don't know. It still says like 76 on my thermostat, but I have it set to like 73 and it hasn't moved. And I'm like, but I still feel the cool air, so I'm confused. It's not like it's blowing heat or anything in here. So I don't know what to do. I should just call maintenance. Okay. Hush, Matty. All right, let's continue on. Ow, ow. I'm going through it. Like, I hate the heat. So I'm already like preparing myself like, ciao. Like, before these folks get here, before these cats come in here, this AC better work. Okay. All right. Let's talk about the runway because feathers is the category. And of course, feathers has its own separate meaning out there in reference to flamboyant, gay, acting, queer individuals and showcasing and sharing that and being very open about it with the feathers. So I felt like this was like a double moment of meaning here in reference to the feathers at the same time, people taking it literally. This is one of the reasons why I think somebody shouldn't have won today. Pink Chidorah. The golden goose or golden hen that laid, the egg. I can totally see that. That's fine. Compared to others, I wasn't fully invested in it, but I thought it was nice and I thought it was campfully done. It's like, okay. But I was also looking at the fact that it seems that she was beaten with a hammer, at least for her chicken toes. Like I don't know if they were chasing her around and trying to get her or something to get the golden egg, but it looks like she lost the fight with a hammer with her feet. It just, I couldn't get into this. I'm sorry. I just was like, no. No. Mm-mm. Next up is Clover Beach. Okay, so at first I assumed that she was being eaten alive, by possibly some sort of unsolved mystery that just came out of the ocean. And I recognize also those are feathers. No shade. I actually thought this was nice. I did not like it though. It was nice. I did think this low-key swallowed her a bit. I think she still looks beautiful, but like I kind of got distracted when I was looking at the feathers in the front of the outfit, and she's so small. So it's for me, I lost a little bit of the silhouette sometimes when she was walking, but I enjoyed it at specific angles. And I was like, ooh, here we go. Loved it, loved it. But yeah, I thought she was low-key losing a fight to some oceanic creature for a second here. And I was like, well, maybe she'll come back crystallized. But no, this is a lovely look. The around portions for me, it was, I don't know. I thought that kind of swallowed her just a tad bit. For me, no. Mm-mm. Baby, as much as this headpiece is giving me everything and then some, it is a hot chop. I love the Macarena, and it stops at the love there, because ain't no fucking way you put all of this on top of your head and then said, shit for the rest. No, ma'am. I hate it. Oh, I'm mad at you. Had a flat wig and everything. Good. Are you for real? Now, come on, sister. She said, I spent a mint on this. You did. Up top. Up top. You said, fuck the rest of this. I'm going to give this body. I know she's referencing a singer too. And I know the singer would probably say, where's the rest of your outfit, baby girl? I need this to be, if you're going to do a top part and then do a cutaway and give me torso, that you could have put a dress or something, or a longer slit with an open thigh or moment. I needed some fabric at the bottom. So bad. I need some fabric at the bottom so bad. This does not deserve a long, what is this? A baseball sleeve, bitch, with this Hanes male panty. God damn it. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. This could have been a lot better. And I love her. Oh, this could have been something. This could have been something. Damn. Yeah, it's a chop. Oh, it could have been something. Nope. Look at how shiny them legs are. She got 2 pairs of tights on. Indeed. Look like 2 dolls just got put together. Look at how it looks like 2 separate entities happening at once here. Look at this. All right, we're going to sell this at Dollar Tree. Moving forward. Love her, but no ma'am. Nope. Paquita is next. Now, one issue I have with this is the bald cap that she put on the sides to give the illusion of having like no hair there. It's giving me a little scrotum sack. It's giving me a little, right testicle tease. What was left of Tom Cruise after the first surgery. Everything else, I live and breathe for. And I thought it was like a very nice way to do this dark feather moment. I thought it was kind of hot. Love it. But this up here, that's the krillin of it all. I hate that. Other than that, I live. Other than that, I liked it. I just hated the scrotum head. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do the Lex Luthor up top. That's all I couldn't do it. That was my only issue. Was it just looked like somebody's just plopped that little nut out. I was like, oh, my poor. But, other than that, I liked it. I just didn't like that. That's it. I was like, oh, what's that? Why is it a shaved testicle? But Paquita is next. She is lucky. Okay, I'm going to be real with you. This feather, the quill bit, okay, that's sickening, right? Other than that, I'm going to be real with you. Other than the pin, I was like, girl, okay. It's the feather. I thought that was fabulous with the pin. Like in the front, it's sickening. When she turns around, I was like, The bodysuit was like loose. I couldn't do it. I was like, girl, okay. But like the front of it, I'm like, oh my goodness, this is fabulous. I just couldn't do it when she I was like, no. I was like, no. Oh, no. But I think this is fabulous from the front. I hated it from behind. Hated it. Hated it. But I loved it from the front. I was like, okay, this is sickening. They did. I did her a favor by not including that in my pictures today, because I also was basically running from the doctor's office to get both my reaction finished and get this review done. And I was there for longer than an hour, as I thought I was going to be. I ended up being at the doctor's office for 3 hours today. So trust and believe. Trust and believe. I gave so much blood today. I feel like she needs bigger hair. You think so? With all of this? Like maybe a pony, like a high pony, like a long, nasty one. So when she turned around, it would hide that giant zipper. But like, I love your cat, by the way. I love great cats. Oh God, this cat journey. Oh, sweet baby Jesus. Sweet baby Jesus. Oh my goodness. Okay. I literally got home from like DragCon, and that's all I've been thinking about. I cannot focus. I'm trying hard to even do these videos, and all my mind is like, okay, Matt, you're gonna get one, and the next day, nope, get two, get a bonded pair. Get a bonded pair. And I remember Deja telling me to do that, and I was like, no, I was trying to get one, and then I put together the little cat set. I put that tower together, and I was like, oh, I gotta get two. I have been watching what is it, Galaxy or Jackson Galaxy, whatever that bald-headed man's name is. I've been watching his videos all day. I need 3 litter boxes. I need this and that and the other, which is, oh my God, my life has become a cat. I've become a cat man. It's scary. Let's do Bestia next. Okay, I thought this was actually kind of dope. The whole armor bit with the feathers coming out, like their flamboyancy, like exploding from their armor. I thought the concept of this was sickening. I thought it was sickening. I actually was here for this, to be real with you. I was like, oh my goodness, it's got a fire. Like, oh. I was nervous because she had most of her face covered up, that they weren't going to like give her time. But I was like, okay. I'm like, dude, this was so fire. Like, just even the explanation made it that much better. Because at first I was like, well, this is interesting. And then as she explained it, I'm like, oh, this really adds something to the layers. It's has this, in battle and armor, and I'm hiding myself, even like including like how the gays had to hide in the military and stuff like that in reference to, oh, come on. Like there's just, there was a lot of layers to this thought process. And I really enjoyed it. I was like, oh, okay. I get it. Ornella, as much as this is like a mythological creature and all of that jazz, the explanation that you gave me, I really didn't even need it, because I pulled my own interpretation of what the fuck this was. And I assumed this was giving very avant-garde tease, it full on like a bird lost in like the midst of many others, but she said an owl in reference to this mythological creature. I'm still upset. I don't care what anybody says. I thought this was fucking sick. I thought this was sick. I was like, what is happening? And then when she turned her head and you saw the face, I was like, oh my God, like, here you go again. This looks expensive as hell. I don't know what's happening. It almost looks like I am shocked she didn't win this week. Like, come on. I'm shocked. Shocked, girl. I thought this was everything. Shocked. I lived. I thought I want to see this like in an editorial photo shoot. You know what I'm saying? Like minus the boots. Like I want to see this in an editorial photo shoot. Like immediately. Like I need to see it. I'm shocked. I hate that for her. I felt, ooh, I would have been so upset. Up next is Vanya Vanilla. Like this is the best she's looked all season. Like she had a really good look last week too, but no. This was fire. They even stood up for her for this. I'm so confused with this week. The judges stand up for you, literally wearing an outfit that's an original, mind you. And it totally represents you. And it has the full feather bit. And you still, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I have to. YouTube is so weird with me sometimes. I have to. Okay, because this lady loves to have her titties out. But yeah, I was shocked. This was great. It's one of my favorite looks she's done. I felt the joy in her spirit. It's like literally an original. Like it's an original outfit, custom. Like come on. Uh eye roll. Ow! Ow! Oh, wow! Wow! Whoa! Oh! Wow! Oof. Wow! Oof. Woo! One of my favorite looks to ever grace Drag Race history. And that is why I'm going to drag Miss Paquita today. Oh, bitch. One of the best to ever in all of the franchises. It is now up. It's up there. It's up there, bitch. Color-wise, this fillets. Do you hear me? I'll scream. Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. This color palette is so fucking gorgeous. It is beautiful. The reference Day of the Dead. Come on. Like, come on. It was the way she presented it. She had that fan over her face, y'all. Her beat has never been better. This is her best. Do you hear me one more time? This is her best, but it's also referencing something so beautiful and important in the Mexican history and culture. Beach, I'm over here I was like, now get in. Now I know the references of this. I was like, okay, I know exactly who she is. I know exactly what this is supposed to be. For any gringo or American that's been out there, if you ain't seen The Book of Life or God dang Coco, it's about to get you somewhere. Get you somewhere. I know that's not the full history, but if you want to get a little consumption of some assumption to understand a little something in your own little American cheeseburger kind of way, go there. But if you want to do some real research, do some real research. As a Texan, we learned a lot about Mexican history because we're literally dead ass right on the border. Also, remember the Alamo. Y'all already know the story for those of you who know Texas history. So I grew up with learning a lot of Mexican history in school. It was a part of our entire makeup going through school, could believe it or not. And so it's very important. They celebrate this out here in Houston a lot. There's even like a festival that happens in reference for this and all that. So like, I just thought this was really good. I really enjoyed this. I really, really did. I love how she painted her face. That beat is nasty. And I mean that in the best way possible. It is so good. It is fucking disgusting. I was done. I was done, y'all. I was done. I appreciated it. Like, it's one of mine too, wild card. And like, mind you, I'm raised Christian, so a lot of that stuff is like, no. But for me, I love the aspect of what that means in the holiday it means for people. I can only imagine getting a chance to like visit my mother. You know what I'm saying? May she rest in peace, and be able to talk to her like every year and just be like, look at what I've done and what I'm accomplishing now. So like even for me, that holiday holds this possession for me that's like where I can relate to wanting and feeling that and resonating with this look and what it represents like fully. So like, yeah, well, 7-Day Adventists don't really look at the Catholic. I'm gonna be quiet, but like there are certain Christianity, there are certain religions in the Christian faith, Johanna, that don't see each other. Okay, like I'm just gonna tell you that right now. I'm gonna tell you that's a whole nother conversation. Getting to my 7-Day Adventist background, where we some feelings about the Catholic Church, but you know, there we go. We'll keep it there. Okay, they said the devil started right. Well, so like I'm just telling you. Woo, that's a whole nother conversation. Oh, I used to be here. It's a long time ago when Matty was in them church days and I didn't hear them fire and brimstone speeches. My God. This is everything. It's my favorite look of the week, and I thought she did so well with this, which really confused me with somebody who had a lot to say with what, 8 fingers. Now, looking at this setup, I mean, everybody except for the Macarena, in my opinion, came with a little something, something here. Because Macarena got this big ass, peacock headdress and then wore a bathing suit. And you literally wear, and that really blew me away. It's like you wear, like, first of all, the peacock feather is considered bad luck on the stage specifically. Like any sort of entertainment, anything to do with the peacock, it's considered bad luck. So I thought it was an interesting choice for her to like, I'm going to just do this. I was like, okay, work. Clock that tea, Matty. I grew up Pentecostal and they don't consider Catholics, Mormons as Quincy, clock that tea. 7-Day Adventists are in that same boat. And it's based off it. I'm not going to get in that conversation because I'm not your, gay representative of the Christian church, but I'm just saying from my understanding, they feel a lot of evil comes from specifically the Catholic Church, as well as demonic and devil entities and that. It's a lot that goes into it. So they just feel like somehow the devil always, that's his stomping ground. So it's like, and the whole Pope bit, like with the kissing of the finger and stuff like that. They don't agree with that they don't agree with that at all. Like, you have to confess your sins to this part. Like, they say you're supposed to go directly to God, not to some man, and he be the person who can send your message. But that's just that's a light little way of me talking about it. Okay, but I'm just saying that's what I know from what I remember, and everybody used to speak to me. It's like, oh, so you shouldn't have to go through this person to get to that person. You know what I'm saying? So that's where that came from. Yeah, because it was like, oh no, we didn't go into some church kissing somebody ring and praying to the Pope to get to God. How that work? But that's that. Hey, everybody has what they believe in. I'm not gonna sit here and knock nothing. Okay, that's not my business. Not my business. Not my business. Now, Miss Mama with the fucked up pads over here ain't never got her shape right when she wants to pull a silhouette together, has the audacity and nerve to be talking some smack goody shit backstage after we just had a moment of, I'm not a two-faced person. I don't do this, that, and the other. And stop. I like Paquita. I think their drag is excellent. I enjoy her. But I'm like, oh, so you on some real bullshit. Because what you just gave 2 minutes ago isn't what you're going to give another 5 minutes later. It's crazy. Like, this lady literally read Visa, talking about it's too much. It's this, that, and the other. And it kind of blew me away when she said all that, because I'm thinking to myself, like, what do you mean this is too much? What is she talking about? I was like, what are you talking about? Too much? What? Like, I was confused with the statement of she needs to edit, she needs to do this, that, and the other, and it's cardboard and looks cheap. And this, I'm like, oh, so what is this really about? Then calling Pink Chidorah this, that, and the other. Like, come on now, this, that. It's like, girl, you got these 2 wins and you have lost your mind. You have lost your mind. And now it feels like all this, oh, I'm so surprised I won. All of that just went out the window for me, because I'm like, damn, she really talking some shit. And it's, for me, Clover Bish just sitting there looking like, wow, okay, where'd all this come from? Where'd all that come from? Hell, when she got over there by Pink and she was like, oh, I can't believe that happened. Oh, wow, no, I thought yours was really good. This isn't the same. This isn't the same energy. This isn't the same energy. This isn't the same energy. This is not the same energy. And I am like, what is going on? What is this? I don't like how she came for Visa's look at all. Visa clearly has the better look from your look. Yes, Visa's look is incredible. And for her to, I guess they're bringing up the fact that she was doing her look, or she was still working on some of her looks backstage or whatever. So what? So what? So what? So what? So what? It looked like her wig is lifted in the back while she's trying to read somebody. Looked like a whole small little toenail. Like, I know you're not doing all this today in that bodysuit with a giant feather on your fucking body. Like, that's the part that kills me. Like, you reading someone and you're in a what? Sister, you've done much better in terms of your looks. You know that your Snatch Game wasn't that great either. You're safe. You should be blessed. You should be thankful. Okay, talking about, oh, she better get this together. She better do all of that. I've seen them send girls home for less. So my bad, y'all. I don't mean nothing against her, but I just am like, where did that come from? And so basically, Pink Chidorah and Ornella and everybody else was right about you. You are two-faced. Because they got back here, you a whole nother story. Oh, really? Congratulations. V said, did they like your look? Yeah, they loved my look. Oh, wow. I hope that Anna, because she's a fashion queen, had told her that shit was ugly, and she was couldn't like what? Oh, bitch, I was like, this is not real. She's playing. This is a joke. She's playing. You playing, sis. Anyways, let me get off of her. I was disappointed in that. It was like, girl, you can talk about somebody and say, you know, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, but like, bitch, you literally sitting over there, you know, low key at a Star Trek convention, you know, giving Spock, and you want to read? Okay, sister. Anywho, the judges make a decision that I don't agree with. Pink Chidorah is the winner of this week's episode. I thought the run rate alone was nah. Like, I thought they did a good job for Snatch Game, but nah, this should have been a double win, in my opinion, for Ornella and Vanya. It should have been a double win. It also would have been nice to have spread out the wins, because it's what Pink's got 2 now, Petita's got 2, and then we have Bestia with 1. And in reality, I don't know. Like, even when Pink got that first one, I was like, huh? And now with this one, okay, this one seems a little bit more deserving, but not as much as the other 2 who honestly held it down. What? I don't know. I don't dislike her. I'm happy she won. I saw it in my cards, and you'll see it in my reaction. Oh, Ornella got this in the bag, and that did not take place. Now, we have the Macarena, who knows she's going home, and we have Paquita, who is ready to fight to stay, who are in the bottom 2 here, and they're lip syncing for their lives. Okay. Now, I don't know what this song is about, but I can tell you there was a lot of making out and a lot of emoting, and I was here for it. As much as I was happy that the Macarena didn't give us like some sort of random show and it was kind of annoying or boring, no, she actually did a good job. I didn't want to see Paquita go, so I wasn't going to feel any other way about it. And I feel bad for you, Macarena, because I do love you and I do like you a lot. I think you're great. However, I just was like, they're not sending my bitch home. They're not sending Paquita home. They're not. Nope. It's not gonna happen. Who going home? Not that bitch. I did love this part. Let me get back to it. They both were on the same beat. Boom, 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 boom. I was like, yes. I was like, come on. Like, nah, son. Like, nah. I love you, Mock, but like, not over my Paquita. Not over Paquita. No, no, baby. No. Not in my fantasy. No, thank you. Y'all, I just realized what I'm going to go get to eat. What I'm going to go get to eat? Yeah, after this. Is it bad that I want chicken and some corn on the cob, like buttery corn on the cob? Ooh, I feel like a home cooked. Well, no, not home cooked, because I'm going to go get it, but I'm also going to make some vegetables here to go with my food. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm hungry. I'm tired. Sorry. Hey, I enjoyed the lip sync. I did. I like both of these gals, and I'm sad that they're both in the bottom, but like, I just, it was, Also, I thought it was so severe how Paquita was like, I'm sorry, I don't mean to do this, but I did just leave it all on the floor for you here. Like I did just leave it. I let loose for y'all. I was like, yes, you better petition. She said, before you all make your decision, I just want to let you know I ate that. I loved it. I loved it. I was like, you can't send her home now. Now you really can't send her home. She just gave us a very severe statement. Like, let's have. She may have. Post on fire. Listen. See what I'm saying? Oh, God. It's like she's about to go swimming, and then all of a sudden her hair just sprouted out. But no, Paquita is saved. The Macarena is eliminated. The Macarena leaves with, like, you know, a little... Yeah, I don't know whose ass she was eating, but, you know, she leaves with a little booty little skid mark on her chin from rubbing her chin in someone's rump. And, you know, has a great way to leave. You know, she's look at you. Listen, from the first time you left to this time, it's definitely an upgrade. You wore peacock feathers, which is your demise. But I have to show you, when she realized that all of a sudden this random ghost popped back up on the screen with a Lisa Frank wig and told her that she may come back for a third time, her Shangela fantasy was tingling. Did you see this face? She just knew. The Macarena Laquifa Watley. And coming back again, there's no way they're going to pick someone else over me. Will she be? Listen, hey, do you want Naysha Lopez's record or not? Oh, damn. No, she already beat that record because she was in 5 episodes. Ooh. Woo! Let me be quiet. I'm not trying to get in an argument with somebody on Twitter over nothing. Child, that was the weirdest back and forth I have ever seen. Y'all are grown. I don't get why people argue online for nothing. Girl, over what? Like what? Like for what? Like y'all are Adult Swim content. Like, come on. Like, please. You know what's going to happen when you go to social media. That's because you want people to sit there and say something about that. And then you want to go ahead and respond and say some bullshit. And yes, that stuff was transphobic. I was not happy about that. Girl, what's happening? It's on both. I'm mad at both of them. Shoot. Both of them pissed me off. I'm like, come on. Ooh, too old for this. Too old for it. Like, you need to really think about it. They're in my age group. Stop that. If you're going to address something, at least do it on a monetized platform. Like make a coin off of your anger. Like, don't sit there and do that for free. You do that for free? Huh. I don't want to hear I need help with DragCon next year. I don't want to hear I need help with these outfits or send this much money for this club. Oh, no, bitch. Like, if you want to give us the goop, make some coin off that. You look silly. Sorry, y'all. I was talking about the Naysha Lopez versus King Tyra Sanchez nonsense that y'all wanted me to say something about, and I was really trying to stay out of it. And then I read all the way. I read everything. And also here, okay, ooh, let me close this out so I can just start talking some shit. Let me just close this out. Thank you for watching Drag Race España Season 3, Episode 5, Snatch Game Review. Like and comment, please. Thank you so very much for tuning in. At this point in my video, I'm going to start talking about things that are off topic. And it'll be about 15 minutes of that because I'd like to go ahead and go get me something to eat tonight, as tomorrow is going to be an off day for me. And then Saturday, we're going to do All Stars 8. Okay. I saw the argument and the full conversation that happened between King Tyra and Naysha Lopez. Now, I get Naysha needed to respond. That's fine. To me, Tyra making that statement would not have issued an answer out of me because there's already bad blood. So if she wanted to make a whole little moment about, oh, I went home and this, that, and the other, I would have chose the silent mark and that would have looked better on me, in my opinion. I wouldn't have needed to do the tit for tat. That's not necessary. That's really not. But then you had comments that were left by Naysha and it just went into a whole nother field for that, right? Okay. But my thing, and this is where I found like what's going on today. Some of y'all are like so eager to fight and to be like the moral compass in an argument that has nothing to do with you, that I find it to be very thirsty and sad when I see people in comment sections needing to like start arguing on behalf of somebody else with when they're not even being addressed. And then you go, oh, she went there with me. She gave me this. You knocked and she answered. What do you think was going to fucking happen? It wasn't even your argument. So the girls who were retweeting like, oh, she said this to me. I was like, this is not a win for you. You look desperate for attention that you wanted to get in someone else's argument and have something to say about it. Here's how I responded to this. I'm on a monetized video right now talking about this situation. I am not on Twitter for free going through 280 characters of something. If I'm going to do anything, I'm going to talk about it when I actually can get my money back for a conversation that was worth nothing. Do you see how that happened? Did you see what I did with those words and how I played that up? Get like me. Get like me. But like on a real note, I think Naisha on some shit. At the same time, I get why you're mad, girl, because low key, woo. But at the same time, like you're still a part of a legacy. You are a Miss Continental. Like you don't have to say anything. You have a very good career. Naisha, you have a good career. You're fine. What are you doing? Why? And King Tyra, hold up. This was the comeback. This is the comeback. Why do you need to address this? People were already jumping to your girl. Everybody was right. You brought a lot of people back to you. And I'm gagged that she even made that statement. You sat with Miss Georgia Shepherd, bitch, and had a whole conversation about everybody did me this way. And the girls were actually listening to you, including some of those white folks that you were talking about that were like, oh, I was wrong for that. Then here you go. And now you would Naisha it because you need to say, well, I heard this one girl who was talking about me got eliminated. And did you think she was going far? No shade to Naisha. Excuse me, Miss Lopez. But I'm going to just talk my shit real quick, just to be honest with you. Because when you got casted with that cast, being fair, knowing it's an all-stars competition, you're a former Miss Continental. I would see you as a threat too. I'm sending your ass home. Did you really think? Like, you don't have, it just didn't need to happen. So I like them both. I'm not rooting against either one of them, but I just thought they were both grown and doing the most on Al Gore's internet, bitch. I just thought it was the most. It's like, really? Like, save that for girls who haven't been on the show. Save that for the bitches that don't have anybody doing their PR. Save it for the people who are not under contract. Please. So many of these girls need group chats. No, they need a fucking social media manager. They need a social media manager, girl. Not no group chats. So thank you for the super chat. Like a social media manager pronto. You think I'm gonna be arguing with y'all when I if I ever get on the show, bitch? What? You think you could read me in any chat you wanted, anything, bitch? I will be cashing my checks. I have learned minty and plenty of things from the folks that I know who are very successful that do not respond at all. Everybody ain't worth your time. Not everything that is said deserves an answer. There are many times some people would be talking to me when I almost be responding. I'm like, nah, let me just delete that shit. Why I even need to give them a little go? I do it on Twitter all the time. All the time, girl. Some rando pop up in there, say some nonsense. I'm like, girl, she don't have nobody. That's what that is. It's giving me lonely. Block. But yeah, to answer y'all for that one, girl, please. Also, I am aware. Thank y'all for hitting me up about the James Mansfield video. I hate that I was in that video, to be honest with you, because I was trying not to be in the video. Because what you don't see is prior to that interview is when I initially walk up lights and I thought I had moved out of the way. Like, I literally wasn't even trying to be in the video. Like, I know probably some people are like, oh, he was so desperate to be in there. Girl, I wasn't even trying to be in the video, okay? Like, I'm talking to my friend because I literally just purchased that wig that you saw me wearing for my drag show, and I was just coming back from another booth, and I was telling him about my experience and about what I was planning to do that day, because he's like, do you want to do interviews? Because mind you, that's my same friend who worked on my Listen intro video that y'all watch, who also worked on my music, who also was there for my drag experience. So, like, we were talking about the full thing, right? And so I'm in the video and I'm looking at myself like, oh my God, I'm in this James Mansfield. God bless America. That's all I kept thinking. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Damn it. All you see is me like this. Just straight. I'm like, oh my God. Oh. I was trying not to be, because I didn't want to ruin the shot because they were talking to bitch, and I didn't want it to just seem like, oh, like, you know, people are disrespecting the backdrop. So I got a little nervous, and so I was like, oh, I don't want to be in the middle of all this, and but you know, happy y'all noticed me. I didn't mean to be. I was just so, oh God. I was like, all I kept saying is, God, I need to get some sun. My vitamin D is too low. I look way too bright. That's all I kept telling myself. I look way too bright. I need to get my sun back. My tan needs to come back in. I need to get me some sun. That's all I kept thinking watching that video. Like, wow, terrible. Okay. I think that's a wrap for me today. Yeah, let's call it a wrap today. I need to go ahead and end this. I'm about to go get me something to eat. Enjoy the rest of my time off as well as Friday. Remember, Saturday, I will be doing All Stars 8 episode 3 review, and look out for that reaction. Yellow Jackets, I'm going to try to get that posted either tonight or tomorrow. Let's try tomorrow. And then Bad Boys, I'll be posting like all together on Patreon. So if you're part of my Patreon, just please be patient. I have a lot going on. And I really need to focus right now, sometimes outside of YouTube stuff. So I came back home from LA and it's more work. So like, seriously, give me a second. I'm working on things. All right. But yeesh. Thanks for tuning in. I love y'all down. Make sure to drop a tip in my jar if you feel like it. Make sure to hit that thumbs up button if you would for me, please. I will see you Saturday for All Stars 8. Until next time, love you, love you, love you. I'll see you for the next one. Bye.
Listen. Yeah.